All right, in our previous lesson we talked about arithmetic sequences where you add something each time, right? We call that the common difference. Now we're talking about geometric sequences, and these basically have a multiplier. So we're excuse me, we're multiplying something each time. We call that the ratio, common ratio. So the way you could find that is take the second term, divide it by the first term. The third divided by the second, the fourth divided by the third, so on and so forth, would all equal the exact same number. Again, we call that the common ratio. Okay, so arithmetic, we had common difference. Geometric, we have a common ratio. Let's go try a couple. So what if they throw a sequence at us? They want us to decide, is it geometric? Well, we just need to figure out, are they multiplying by the same thing each time? So 3 to 12. To 48, to 192. Well, 12 divided by 3, hey, that's a 4, right? So now the easiest thing to do is 12 times 4. Hey, that's 48. 48 times 4, plug in a calculator. It's 192, so yes, this one is, and we could say R equals 4, okay? How about this one? 9, negative 6, 4, negative 8 thirds. Maybe not as obvious. So same thing, take the second, divided by the first. Let's see, that would equal negative 2/3, or you could do a decimal in your calculator if you want. Now let's see if the pattern keeps going. Negative 6 times negative 2/3. Well, negative 6 times negative 2, that'd be 12 divided by 3. Hey, that equals 4. Would 4 times this? 4 times negative 2/3. Hey, that's negative 8/3. So yes, this one is R equals negative 2/3. How about this guy? 1 divided by 5. Well, that's 1/5, or 0.2. 1 times 0.2, hey, that's 0.2. 0.2 times 0.2, that's 0.004. So this one is also arithmetic, or I'm sorry, geometric we're talking about. And R is 0.2, or 1/5. You could write it however you want. How about this one? Well, let's do 2/7 divided by 1/5. Okay, remember when we do fractions, we could multiply by the reciprocal. So that would be 10/7. If I do 2/7 times 10/7, do I get 3/9? No, clearly not. Notice the pattern here. They're just adding 1, adding 2 on the bottom. So this one is not geometric. Okay, what if we want a general term for a geometric sequence? Remember we did this for arithmetic. Well, you just get the first term and then n minus 1 times d. Very similar. So the nth term here is the first term times the ratio to the n minus 1. So for example, if I wanted the 10th term, that would be the first term times r to the 9th power, right? I've already got one. Then you just multiply by r 9 times. The 20th term would equal the first term times r to the 19th. So on and so forth, okay? So let's see an example. Find the 12th term. So we want a sub 12 of the sequence, which has the first term of 14. Okay, so 14, common ratio 1.03. So 1.03 to the, well, we're going to go to the 11th power, right? 12 minus 1. Now this is a calculator problem. Boy, I'm not going to do that in my head. So let's just plug in our calculator. So 14 times 1.03 to the 11th power. And it says round to the nearest hundredths. And so I'd go ahead and say 19.38 for this one, okay? And again, whatever your calculator is like, if you don't have a decent scientific calculator, go use that scientific calculator on Desmos. It's a great one. Okay, I'm just doing this one because I can put it right on my screen and record a little bit bigger. Now, one last thing I want to mention here as we kind of introduce this lesson. Geometric mean. So we did arithmetic mean in the last one, and that was where we just added two terms together and we divided them by 2. We found their average to get a missing term. Geometric mean is pretty similar, except here's the relationship, okay? And again, I'd encourage you to write this down. Multiply two numbers, take their square root. Okay, this is going to help us find missing terms in a geometric sequence. So here's an example. Fifth term is 9, so we've got a 9 then we got a blank, and the 7th term is 36. They want us to find this middle term right here. Again, with arithmetic, you just add these, divide by 2. That doesn't work here because these are multiplied. So we're going to do 9 times 36 and do the square root. We're going to find the geometric mean. Again, let me bring my calculator back so we can do that. So 9 times 36, 324, and let's do the square root of 324. Hey, we get 18. So if I come back here, if I put an 18 there, does that make sense? 9 times 2, 18. 18 times 2, 36. Hey, that works. There you go. Okay, so I hope that'll kind of help you get kicked off here as you go through the lesson. Not too bad, I hope. These examples I worked out as well, very similar to what you'll see in the practice quiz today.